here we are. Welcome to the curtain raiser for Season 4 of the O.B.R.C. Championship. Well, it doesn't really matter who I am, because, really, you're not watching this to listen to me ramble. But, yeah, my name is David, so you can call me Ned or Frank or whatever, but don't call me late for dinner. Okay, let's just ignore that entire cold opening and let's just get on with the show, as it were. So, we are watching the openings of qualifying as the drivers are out on the track warming up their tires. Most of them are on their out lap. So far nobody has really done anything spectacularly stupid, but I'm sure that's going to change. Oh, as I say that, we see the two Ferrari drivers who have decided to have a little team meeting in the gravel, going over their strategy for the race. Yeah, that's what they were doing. So, we get back onto the track. We were on board with Robert. Now we're on with the Yeti in the McLaren. Now we're on with Cloudy Balloons. I love that name. Just brilliant name. Hyger. Kevlad. He's not Kevlag today. As we skip forward in time, we're back with Robert. He's on his flying lap, I believe. He's really flying through there, hitting all of his marks. A little bit of a cloud burst, smoke screen. And we switched to man. Really never know how to say that, so we're just gonna call him the M&M Man. I really don't know. I'm sure somebody will, correct me. But now we're on with Mike the Knight. Should I say Sir Mike, seeing as he's a knight and all that? I know I'm the only one who thinks I'm funny, but okay. Now we're on with Carl. Y'all watch the Walking Dead. You gotta love how Rick says Carl. Carl. Cammy. Welcome to the league. The new Mercedes driver. Now we're on with man again. Mike the Knight. He just throws down the fastest time. What a lap was that? I can't even read what the number says. The screen is so small. Now we're on with Carl again. Okay, I'm going to stop saying that. It's just going to be Carl from now on. He throws down a pretty good time. Very respectable. Now it's Nordox. Now we're on with Swanee. Apparently loves to race wearing a kilt, from what I've heard. We're back with the Yeti. We'll get back to that kilt wearing Scotsman in a little while. Kevlad again. Now we're... Oh, Kev puts down a time that's 11th fastest. I don't want to say 6th slowest, so we'll just say it's Nordox in the Ferrari. Switched in the teams. Can't for the life remember what team he was on last week. In Abu Dhabi. Swanee again. He's got a breeze under that kilt with that speed. Nico. Again, once again, welcome to the league, Nico. This will be your first full season. we're glad to have you. And the Yeti flying around in his McLaren. Doing a little landscaping here at Albert Park. Really attacking the course. Trying to throw down a top 5 time. Let's see how he does. Little side view. Oh, was only able to get 13. We skipped forward a minute or so with AGF. Throwing that banana around the track. That sounded ruder than I thought. And unfortunately, Nico has met with the wall. And oh, big collision. It was a little bit of an oversteer, and Swanee has, well, that was a swan song. Yeah, that was a bad joke, but you know, as the 2 cars ghost, and we switch to another now. While the revs are still, there we go. Logan, loved your movie. Well, I didn't actually see it, but I hear he died? I don't know. So, spoilers. We'll ignore that tiny corner cut. I think he got away with it. Diving into the ooh. That, well, bring your sunscreen and a towel and your beach ball. Because you is in the sand. Let's clean off them tires. Have another go. I really like how they have the dust on the tires just to let you know why you're slipping and sliding around the track. It's just a nice little touch. We're back with Sir Mike. So far, Jock has the fastest lap. Unfortunately, my apologies, Jock, I didn't catch your lap, but I'm sure your video had it. So if you want to check out Jock's channel, or, well, I guess it's posted in the group chat. So enough with me waffling. We're back with Sir Mike. There's just under 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. This whole me commentating over this race is a grand experiment, and based on how everybody reacts to it, it may be a regular thing, or it may just be a once every 5 or 6 race thing. It also depends on how long it takes me to edit these races. This one, up to this point, all the editing and the on-screen graphics took me, I'd say, the better part of 4.5 hours. This commentary, I will admit I have been drinking, so it's going to make it go by really quick or really long, depending on, oh no. Who was that? That was Nordox? Or was it Carl? No, it was Nordox. Okay. That's a shame. Wasn't able to put down a time. You'd get him in the race. So we're back with Sir Mike of Nightingham. Again, I'm the only one who thinks this is funny. So you really don't have to laugh or patronize me. Okay, so we're back with, oh, Sir Mike again. Trying to get every last 10th out of this circuit. He's got to get a faster lap than Jock, the reigning champion of the past 3 seasons. Does he do it? He does! Mike throws down one hell of a quick time that if I could read it from here, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Now we're on with AGF. Taking that turn a little tight. Goes through the final turn, down straight. And he improves his time to second. Puts himself on the front row provisionally. That was a hell of a lap. Now we got Dino. And he dives into the pits just as I thought he was going for a really good time. But I guess he figures that 6th is the best he can do. Which I'm sure is not the case. I'm sure he can do faster than that. And I believe he thinks he can do faster than that. He just figured there probably wasn't enough time. And I'm going to stop trying to guess what he's thinking. So now we're on with Mike again. And that's the end of the qualifying. Or is it? No, I think I just turned off the UI. Or whoever was doing the camera work. Damn. Oh well. I'll see behind the curtain. Hopefully Swanee is not wearing his kilt while you look behind the curtain, but anyway. Well, actually, I kind of do hope he was wearing it. And he's got, like, pants underneath. But, again, let's just get off the subject of Swanee and his knobbly knees. Anywho. So, I guess this qualifying session has been dominated by Sir Mike, camera-wise. He's been the subject of a lot of footage. But as it turns out, I think that whoever was running the camera figured that he was going to get the fastest time. It was between him and Jock for the fastest time, and then AGF snuck in there in between them, which again said, oh wow, he just got rammed up the butt. That was just disturbing. Not the accident, me saying he got rammed up the butt. That was just, yeah. I really should have a 5-second delay on this thing. But anyway, now qualifying is over. A little pause, and we get right into the action. We're waiting for 5 red lights, 3, 4, 5, and we're lights out. Somebody doesn't get off the line. It looks like Dogs. Oh, Nordox. That looked like a phantom collision from this angle. From yours, I'm pretty sure someone ghosted a second too late. And if you'll notice, it says lap 2. So there is kind of a mess up. I had my cameraman beyond the first racer, and for some reason that showed as cloudy balloons. So the cameraman, oh okay, let's just get rid of that. It was me. I know the cat's out of the bag. But yeah, for the first sector of this race, everything was messed up. So now I finally, oh Dogs. He I guess it was Cammy who stalled out on the off the lights, and Dogs I guess was a little early on the power and went on a little off-road excursion. But Sir Mike is leading the first lap of the Melbourne Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. We're now on board with Kev, who is now driving the Toro Rosso this year from the Force India of last year. I guess he wanted to take his talents elsewhere, and Force India just weren't offering him enough. And Nico's pulling into the pits for some cosmetic surgery. He's behind Cammy as well, who it looks like the AI are controlling it, and Dogs is in to fix the front wing. We're back on board with Mike. It's a lonely race when you're in first. It's a very lonely race if you're not under pressure. So we're on with AGF now, who had a little dust up with Jock going into turn 1. And I have it on good authority by Apprentice that it was all on Jock, apparently. So there's that. And we're now on board with Logan as he follows very closely with Robert. Oh, and he goes for the lunge, and you'll notice we have a switchback. But as you'll notice, we now have a side view that we were missing all of last season. It turns out I was using my season controller configuration where I had changed the right stick to control my fuel. Whether it be rich or standard or lean, with just a flick of the thumb, it would do that. And never dawned on me for the entirety of last season why I couldn't, show any angles from the side or any camera view from the side. And so that's why I went and created an online version specifically for these recordings. And I've talked through a little bit of a come together between well, I'm not even going to pretend because I can't remember. I think it was Cloudy Balloons and Heiser, but I'm not positive. But we're back on with Logan. He's following the Kev man. Oh, someone's coming up quick. That looked like Jock. Back on with Logan. Yes, it is Jock. Jock in the Force India. And, oh, Logan went a little too deep, phrasing. And, okay, what's with that? I guess, yes, since he is the champion, he does deserve to have that champion beside his name whenever he is on the screen. So, and then there's, man, Cloudy Balloons, getting DRS down the main straight. We're on with Jock again. So for here, for the next little while, I'm going to let the racing speak for itself. And we're back. And as you can see on the overlay, happy birthday, Kev. Albeit, well, when you see this, it will have been a couple of days, but still. Apparently, the graphics monkey in the truck had a lot of fun with putting things up on the screen. I guess he figured since Jock had champion beside it, and Kev got a birthday greetings, that some other people deserve to have the things beside their name. We're watching a close battle. This is a battle for 5th place between Kev Ladd and Jock Baird. Jock with a little look on the inside of turn 1. Decides not to go for it. Seemed to spook Kev a little into going a little bit deep. There we go. Here's the overtake and the switchback. Kev's like, well, if you want to pass me, then go right ahead, because I'm just going to take the place back in a second. And that's exactly what went through his mind. So more landscaping there. I think turn 6 needs a little bit of grass cutting too. Too deep into that turn. Oh, it was just a little bit too much. It only cost him one place so far. Now we're on with Rob. Mr. Morrison. He is stalking Carl. Sizing up a move. Biding his time. That was a very nice turn by both. Carl seems to be pulling away slightly. Robert has DRS. It's a nice battle. Now we'll see it from Carl's perspective, looking, well, not through his mirrors, but look down that gigantic fin at the back. This is going to be a theme throughout the race. These two battling for second. I assume, because I haven't seen this before. This is my first time watching it. Okay, oh shit, my microphone's stolen. Anyway. One good thing about showing a battle like this, I don't have to switch the names around all that often. I mean the graphics guy in the trunk. Robert now has DRS again down this main straight. He'll power his way past him. Doesn't seem. There's the gap close. Oh. He was like, oh, I think maybe I should brake. Now we're on board with a Splat Racer. I think he got his name. Rumor has it from all the bugs that hit him in the teeth while he's driving. Because he tends to leave the visor up or just forgets to use his helmet entirely. Again, rumor has it. I could just be making it all up, but I tend to believe that's true. I mean, like, how else can you come up with the name Splat Racer? And the Yeti, well, as you know, the Yeti, here in Canada, they don't tend to stay in the woods. Or am I thinking of a Bigfoot? But anyway, this Yeti loves to drive. Now we're on with Sir Mike in the number 13 Red Bull. Comfortably in the lead. Carl in second. Robert in third. Dino in the Haas, the former Mercedes driver. Now Kevlad, again the former Force India driver. AGF and Jock have dived into the pits. Logan assumes 6th position. Cloudy in 7th. Splat in 8th. The Yeti in 9th. AGF comes out of the pit in 10th. Swanee takes 11th. With Jock, the reigning champion, in 12th. Hyger in 13th in the other Haas. Dogs still in with Mercedes, but facing an uphill battle because of an early off-roading event. We got Man in 15th, Nico in 16th. And Cammy, who is ghosted at this point, in 17th. Back on board with Mike. rips through the sections, the sectors. Jock back in 11th. Cloudy balloons, still love that. Just brings a smile to my face. Jumps up into 6th. Splat 7th. We've got some action going on. Back in the pack. And the Yeti, who's on soft tires. Hydra comes into the pits, or is he on his way out? He is on his way out. Swanee is on his way out too, having bolted on some super softs. And welcome back from the commercial. I hope you enjoy insert promotional considerations here, and that you really loved the... Yeah, I got nothing, so we're back to racing. Or, I suppose you're back to listening to me waffle. Oh, that was a bad time to switch camera angles. That was just a horrible time to switch camera angles. Just, although I suppose AGF is thankful that we didn't get to see exactly what happened there. I don't know if there was contact, but it looked like the Yeti pulled aside to allow him through, or just went a little deep into turn whatever it was. I don't know the turn numbers here at Albert Park. I suppose I should have done more homework, but you know, that's what I'm not paid for. So, okay, we're back on with Cloudy Balloons. Still love that name. Just love that name. I just picture, oddly enough, balloons made of clouds, or clouds made of balloons, clouds made of balloons. Funny how that is. But anyway, it's a good battle between Cloudy and Splat. Gaining a lot of time in that last sector. One little mistake gave it all back, but there's still plenty of laps left in this race. Hell of a showing. first race for Cloudy Balloons. Oh no! The commentator's curse! It strikes for the first time. AGF. Trying to hold on to the position, can't hold Jock off any longer. AGF is now battling Cloudy, who wants that position back. Worked hard to get 7th. Oh! A little bit of minor collision. That was unfortunate. Back on with Logan. There's trouble in Sector 1. Unfortunately, it doesn't say who is in trouble, so I can't really switch to see who it was. The only time I capture accidents. That was a really nice move on the outside of that turn. That was textbook. Like I was saying, the only way to capture accidents like that is if I'm lucky enough to be on that person when it happens, or if I see, you know, if someone is, or, you know, the little warnings that pop in the bottom left that, you know, such and such has retired from the session. I'll try and switch to that person to see what had happened. But that's not really catching an accident as it happens, that's the aftermath. But I would say I'm fairly lucky at catching accidents as they happen. Although the drivers of said accidents are probably not all that happy that I did catch it. But again, that's just an assumption on my part, a supposition. But it makes for good TV. Let's give my voice a little break, and we'll start listening to the action as it unfolds. And I'm back. We're now on board with Carl as he chases down Kev in second. I believe Kev has yet to make his first stop, so look to see that happen fairly soon on the next lap, if not this one. Carl wants his second position back. Ooh, he thought about cutting that corner and then decided, no, I think I'd rather not. Again, I'm just assuming that's went through his mind. We're watching a nice little battle here. And yes, Kevin does dive into the pits for his first stop. As you'll see on the overlay, I was trying to show Kev going into the pits there. If you look very closely, you'll have seen it, or if you want to rewind and watch it again, you can see the little name indicator above the fence as he dived in. This is a nice four-way battle, although I suppose three-way battle, because it looks like Hydra has either disconnected or hit pause to let faster traffic through. I guess that would be the reason. Which is, it's a brilliant and an extremely selfless thing to do, like a very sportsmanlike thing to do when there are faster cars coming through, to hit that pause button. That way you ghost, your car stays on the track, you don't have to worry about getting over and dirtying your tires. It's a brilliant piece of driving, and a lot of respect to drivers who do that. There are a lot of drivers who don't know racing etiquette or what blue flag conditions mean, and will just continue to drive, their slow ass on the racing line and make you go around them, or will be off the racing line and then see you coming, then slide across fully across the track. Yes, this did happen to me in an online race, or an online championship that I'm no longer a part of. I'm not going to mention any names. It was just, it was the fifth time that this specific driver, fifth race in a row, that this specific driver had ruined my race. And at this point I was in second. So let's get back to Albert Park and Dino, as he is hunting down 7th place Dogs, the two former teammates at Mercedes. I swear you can't write drama better than this. I'm sure you could, but give me that. So Dogs still in the Mercedes. Dino figured, yeah, Mercedes is the top of the pinnacle of the racing world, but I've got something to prove, so I'm going to go to Haas, and I am going to win. That's exactly what he told me in an interview. That never took place, but anyway. So now on board Dogs, as he's battling AGF, the time trial wonderkind. Let's see if he's got some race pace this season. He does an amazing job in the time trials. I always see his name at the top of my friends list, or up near the top. And try as I might, I'm still using some assists as I drive. Dog dives into the pits to fix his front wing. But yeah, I still use some assists, and I would love to race in this league, but I don't have the confidence yet. I don't want to, just jump in with both feet and end up ruining someone's race because I'm just not, good enough, with the ABS. I don't use the brake assist. I still use the racing line, but it's the traction control. I've got it at medium in my careers, but when I race in a league with my friend, I have it on full, and the racing line, or sorry, an ABS. Those crutches I still haven't gotten rid of yet. It's just, wow, I just completely went off topic. Let's get back to this race. I'm sure you're all saying. So we're back on board with Yeti down in 11th. Now we're on Swanee 10th. He's having himself a very strong race. He's kept the car on the track for the most part, and he's doing pretty damn good if I do say for him myself. So we're back on with Dino, with Splat right behind him and AGF in front of him. Well, I say Splat right behind him, but he's not. He's really 11 seconds back, but at a glance I saw who it was behind him and didn't see the time, so again, you'll forgive me for that. Or maybe you won't, I don't know. Maybe I'll find myself out of a job after this race, but I bet you're all thinking he was a lot funnier when he was writing stuff on the screen as opposed to talking all the time, because it's really hard to find things to talk about when you're commentating a race that you weren't in. I was involved in the recording, but beyond that, I don't know, you know, how many penalties drivers have picked up, other than the bottom left corner when one pops up. I don't know how many warnings they're on, which would be, I would love to have that kind of information, especially during qualifying. Like if someone's lap was invalidated because they extended, I would love for the little indicator at the top that shows, you know, their sector time, you know, that little white and black diagonal slash icon showing that it's invalidated. That way I could change the view from, again, I'm so off topic, so let's get back to the race. Jock coming in, AGF coming in, Dino behind him. Will he come in, or will he? Yes, he comes in as well. Standing on the brakes so he doesn't get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Splat is holding off a charge from Dogs. You really want to know how badly I wanted to say who let the dogs out, but I've spared you all from that. Dogs with a little peek to the inside. Decides against it. Wants to let him know that he's there and that he could take that place if he so chooses. But Splat's thinking, the hell he can. I assume. So. Oh, a little bit of a slide from Dogs coming out of that turn. I really like this league for the close wheel-to-wheel racing that you guys do. It's just, it's incredible the respect you have for each other. Except when there's like little lag spikes. That's a dangerous situation. That's like, you know, having me commentate over a race. It's dangerous. It could be great, or it could end in tears. I'll let you decide how it's going to end today. But this is a pretty good battle shaping up here. We got Sir Mike still in the lead, even though we haven't had the camera, or the camera on him for all that long, or for quite a long time. We have Carl in second, Robert in third, Kev in fourth, Jock in fifth, Splat in sixth, and Dogs, who we're riding with, in seventh, AGF in eighth, Dino in ninth, the Yeti in 10th, Swanee and his kilt in 11th, Cloudy Balloons is floating around there in 12th, Man is in 13th. I bet, like, every time I say his name, he just cringes and he's like, shut the bloody hell up. But I got to be me. Logan in 14th, Nico in 15th, Hyger in 16th, who is still in the pits. Cammy, who I think is still ghosting, is in 16th. And now in the pits. The AI must have decided to pit. So, we have been enjoying this battle with dogs and Splat for the last 2 minutes, which means, you know, fewer edits for me. But honestly, this has been a really good battle. Dogs peeking down the inside every once in a while, letting Splat know that he's still there. Splat doing a good job of defending. Goes a little deep there, phrasing, but holds the position. Now we got DRS down this pit straight, and he's going for it. There we go. Can he get the move done? He has it done. Oh, goes a little deep going into... Oh, no. It has ended in tears. Oh, dogs. It was a brilliant move, but he just started cutting the grass and just lost it. And unfortunately, Splat was collected in that. I gotta feel bad for dogs on that one. He's a friend of the channel and really nice guy. Like, comments on all of my videos, and it's I don't know, every time I see that he's posted a comment, it makes me smile, and the just the words of encouragement are amazing. So to see that happen, it's a little heartbreaking. But it's just the first race of the season. He's going to come back, and he's going to mark my words, he's going to win a couple of races this year. He's going to be battling for that title. Or, you know, battling for second if Apprentice is driving. Man, that guy is fast. And he's Canadian, so there you go. And I heard he has been racing in SRL, I think it is. I'm assuming the North American group or league. Which, like, good on him. It's a hell of a job getting into that league. So, hats off. Way to go, eh? Hey, that was the first time I said eh. I bet you've all been waiting for me to say a boot, too. I don't know any Canadian other than those on the very far left coast. Or far Atlantic coast that say a boot. But anyway, let's get back to the race. We're still on board with Dino as he's fighting with... Who is he fighting with? AGF is in front. Defending that position as if it's a child. And Dino's a zombie? I don't know where that came from. I think because I took a glance and Carl was still in second. Yeah, you're getting a small glimpse into how my brain works. So Dino was a little bit deep into that turn at the end of Sector 1, or Sector 2 going into Sector 3. Which reminds me, what did you guys think of that third DRS zone? Leave a comment leave your opinion in the comment what you thought of the third DRS zone at Albert Park this year, and whether you want to see it in the game, the 2018 game. Anyway, we're back with Mike in the lead. We're in lap, what is that, 25? It would appear so. There's 9 minutes left. So, lap 25, Carl in second, Robert in third. Once he crosses the start-finish line, we now switch to Kev, who's coming around the final turn. Jock, who I'm assuming is just rounding the penultimate turn. Nope, there he is. He's got Cammy in front of him, who has, I guess, left the lobby entirely, and the AI is just controlling the car. AGF holding down 6th, as Dino just passes him. The commentators curse again. which it was a brilliant move. Let's see if AGF can do something in this penultimate corner. Final corner, maybe down the straight, as we are now aboard Dino's car. Let's take a look back at AGF. In rear-facing camera, or not. No, we'll switch to Splat. As Carl goes past. It's a little demoralizing when you get lapped that close to the end of the race, but you're still in the points. As AGF picks up a penalty. Sorry, I didn't mean to draw your attention to that. Cloudy Balloons in the points. Holding off Swanee for that 10th place. So we now see Swanee, who is taking that turn a little close. Dogs with the fastest lap on his Ultra Softs. It was a very nice lap. As we're now on board with Dogs. He is stalking man. I butchered that, but now we're back on board with Logan, who I must say has had his fair share of crossing the pit exit line in this race. It just seems to get narrower and narrower every time he comes out of the pits. I hate how long it goes into that corner, so you have to take turn one like really, really tight in order to stay legal. And if you don't, it's a 3-second penalty you really don't deserve. Again, unless he's like, as soon as he comes out of the pit, just shoots far left and says the hell with it. But I have a feeling it's, it's the former. But as we're back on board with Mike, he's out on a nice Sunday drive. Although he has been put under pressure and had to battle back to first, although he was in net P1 for most of this race. Back on board with Dogs. He's got the help of DRS. Coming up behind them, the M&M man. Oh no! Man got a little over anxious with the throttle. That's unfortunate. At least he didn't ruin the front suspension. The wing. Yeah, he's still in the race. 13th, still respectable. May not be in the points, but it's still a respectable finish. Final lap for Mike and everyone else on the track. I will let the race speak for itself for this final lap as AGF pulls over to the side to let Mike through. Another very good job with the etiquette. Brilliant. So I'll let the rest of the race speak for itself, because apparently my tongue no longer works. And congratulations to Mike, Carl, and Robert for their podium finishes. It was a brilliant race by all three of those guys. Dino, oh, unfortunate little slide there. Still finishes in the points. So we had Mike in first, Carl in second, Robert in third, Kevin in fourth, Jock in fifth, Dino in sixth, HEF in seventh, Splat in eighth, Cloudy in ninth, and the Yeti in 10th. Congratulations to all 10 of these guys for making the points. Swanee, Man, Logan, Dogs, Nico, Cammy, and Hyger, thanks for coming out. You'll get them next week. And on that note, thank you for putting up with this extremely long and boring commentary. And here's the celebrations. So I hope you liked this commentary, and if you liked the video, hammer that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and click on that little bell icon for notifications. We will see, and congratulations to Mike again on his first win of the season. Hopefully you'll join us next week for China.